forward.
Back to the Pentagon, before you said there was one commanding officer in the Army who's undergoing quarantine, but we're told it's broader than that in terms of the recommendation that late last week the Joint Chiefs recommended formally to Defense Secretary Hagel that all U.S. troops, not just this one commanding officer, who are in the hot zone, should, when they come back, have a 21-day quarantine. And I think you were asked that by Jim, and I didn't hear an answer. Does the White House agree with the Joint Chiefs?
Ultimately, it would be the responsibility for the Secretary of Defense to put in place this policy. And so, because that policy decision has not been rendered, I'm not going to get ahead of it from here.
So the White House is not going to be involved. I mean, we've been through this with Keystone and other decisions. State Department's handling that. I get the Pentagon is ultimately going to announce it, but you're saying the White House is not involved in talking to Secretary Hagel?
No, I think what I said was that the Secretary of Defense will announce this decision. He ultimately will be the one that will drive this process as he's making decisions about the policy that should be put in place to protect his troops.
So my question is, what's
I wouldn't rule out any coordination with the White House on it, though.
Okay, so then my question is, what is the, still haven't heard, what is the President's view about whether returning troops should be in a 21-day quarantine?
Again, we will let the Department of Defense make an announcement about what they think is the best manner moving forward.
How can the Commander-in-Chief send U.S. troops basically into the hot zone without a policy on when they come home, whether or not they're in quarantine? How could that have not been decided before?
Because what we're seeing here, Ed, is we are seeing this administration put in place the policies that we believe are necessary to protect the American people and to protect the American troops. And we're going to let science drive that process. And as soon as we have a policy to announce on this, we'll let you know.